In Candle, Feather, Wooden Spoon, the story Radiant Window, a Zoharic Journey, I've been working on since rabbinical school. Since my first year at Hebrew Union College in Jerusalem, I was working my way very slowly through Isaiah Tishby's translation of Zohar, his 3 volumes, and I was highlighting, and each verse that I highlighted felt like a gem that I discovered. It was such an amazing, exciting thing to study, and eventually all of those gems, that collection of verses that I kept adding to over the years, it felt like they knit themselves together like sinews and bones and muscles and tissues and started to create a body and created a story. So Radiant Window is unusual in that it's told in the second person, which means that the protagonist, the main character, is you. It's the story of you seeking your calling, trying to discover what your true name is. So I'll read a little excerpt from Radiant Window and the questions at the end of the story. So the little excerpt is, once there, you peer into the radiant window, and to your amazement, you see that the curtain inside is drawn closed. You touch the glass. Indeed, the window itself is glowing, and there is no light at all from within. You glance beneath you and see Bahira gracefully climbing her way up the ladder. You slide the window open easily. You wriggle over the ledge under the curtain and onto the floor, and as you draw open the curtain for Bahira, you see that the window is glowing from the inside too. Through the glass, you can see the whole orchard as if it were day, but when you raise the glass, it is clearly night. Bahira tumbles in like a gymnast and brushes herself off. Her hair has fallen over her face, and as she draws the silky strands aside, all the curtains in the house do the same. All at once, the house is flooded with illusory daylight, and you remain on the floor, too astounded to speak. It's an unusual thing about windows, you know. They are the thinnest, most delicate veil between here and the other side, and they look out and in simultaneously. Can you do that? Of course not. You would become altogether mad, and yet the window does this with grace and quiet, as if it were nothing at all. You sit there in shock, denying that everything you've seen is real. It's not possible that she opened all the curtains by brushing her hair aside. It's not possible that the windows are glowing, turning night into day. You tell yourself you must be overly tired from the trek here. You tell Bahira that you think you need to lie down. Soon enough, Bahira says, we're only here for a short while. Let's not spend all of it asleep. So some of the questions at the end of this story include the question, why do you think the author chose to write the story in second person? And how did it feel as a reader to step into the protagonist's shoes? Second question, a first thought says, we glimpse her face and long for beauty, and it is for this longing that we bear the trials of the physical world. What is something that you hold on to that sustains you when you need it most? Another question, the upper world can also represent the mind and the soul, while the lower world can represent the body. What can we do in our lives to better align our mind, body, and soul? I look forward to discussing this, to exploring Zohar and Jewish mysticism with you, and sharing our stories.